The stories you've never heard.
Who did Suzanne Hill famously slap?
The jokes behind the jokes.
What would happen if I did a great big fart?
For the first time ever on Ash, Lutzy, and Susie O'Neill.
That Chando just peed a pants.
We go behind the laugh.
Sorry, I was hoping to finish that cookie before we started, Lockie. But
You right there?
oh, it's very sweet, and it has been a little sweet treat having Kendall Gildy in with us for the last couple of weeks. Welcome to the producers podcast. She just brought us a nice little present to end there with the team down at Brookie in the Valley, the lovely bakery down there. God, their cookies are sweet though. So
Decadent.
Can you catch type 1?
I don't think so.
Oh, good. Okay.
I don't think so.
Gonna rule that out. Hello, my friend. No Alicia at the moment. She's a little bit of a sore tum at the moment, so she's gonna go
Is
home.
that the official?
Yeah, like when
medical
news
report?
outlet just put it out. They go, man, sore tum. We'll see Alicia Foster missing this weekend. Home for a speedy recovery there.
Yeah.
Welcome to the end of the week, Lock. First week back. It went quickly.
It did go very quickly. I don't know why it did, but it did. I don't like. It felt like that was only a 4-day week.
Yeah,
but it was definitely a 5.
Genuinely no way of explaining it. But anyway, we're back up and running. We've sort of got our, not a test week, but Susie will be back on Monday. Super excited. I actually just messaged her just then, and I think she's actually right now as we speak at 9:41 on a Friday morning. She is about to board the plane, so she'll be back.
Okay.
And like the Santa tracker, will be tracking her flight all the way back. Actually. No, that's actually very doable. We could track her flight, but that's probably really boring. So let's not do that.
That would be kind of boring.
It's but God, it's been an interesting week.
Maybe a security risk as well.
I think so too. Actually, probably shouldn't tell people that.
No.
Anyway, but thank you to all our Legion of followers out there who
Yes.
have been great on the social pages of late, and again taking in a very creative direction at the moment.
Well, I do know you're taking it in a very creative direction at the moment because we got sent a message yesterday on the Instagram page. I don't know whether you saw this message, Nick, but this message said. Triple M number? Question mark.
Damn it.
Alicia.
Damn it.
Alicia responded. Admin had one job. # first day.
Yeah.
And Bo says that's
I'll
funny
cop
as.
that. That's a rare social L from our team there.
Yes.
And by team, I mean the meme team, which is me.
So what happened there?
Well, look. Unfortunately, to start with, all radio numbers start with 13.
Yes.
I don't know why. I can never quite answer that. But I was putting up a post for Record Alf yesterday afternoon to make some creative artwork there. Just learned how to do it on the spot, whatever. That's how I roll. And it was the last thing I had to do before I had to go to a massage. And I was like, punch out the number. And I just had a brain blank. And default took over.
Yep.
And actually, I've probably worked at Nova and Triple M in my life for the same amount of time now. It's about 4 and a bit years each way.
Yep.
But anyway, I'm like, 13 something. And I may have typed out the number to another station, but the good thing is you can't.
Well, Triple M, we know what station it
That's
was.
all right. I'll say the name as much as I choose to. And I let it go. And then anyway, I got out of the massage, like feeling great. And then I was like, oh, damn it. So that was only one of my many, many mistakes this week.
It's been a week for you.
I feel good, but I've been sloppy, Lockie. I've been sloppy.
A couple of demerit points. I think we're going to have to issue a demerit point for that one. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, 100%. Yeah, no, I'll take accountability, but I'll learn from it.
But I do find it funny when it comes...
13, 24, 10, if you want to get in touch with the show, anyone.
That is that one. I was thinking about the other, because you've got 13, 24, 10. You've got 13, 10, 60, I think is B105.
Yeah.
I don't know what Triple M's is. And
Yeah.
And 131065 is KISS, I believe. So
if I just want to ring up any station for the hell of it, but
I know.
I'll be calling us next week because we've got Origin tickets to give away. We've just got about everything under the sun. You don't want to go anywhere
it's true.
else.
13, 13, 32 is a number that also gets mentioned on this show sometimes.
Luberbill, yeah.
Which is Luberbill.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that I wish, in retrospect, I had to put down the Luberbill number. That would have been a lot funnier.
That would have been way funnier. Ash and Lutzy like to throw out 13, 13, 32 because it sounds like a radio number that you should call. But at the same time, I think they sometimes do it just when they know that they don't actually want any calls for something. And I like to think that there's a Lubemobile receptionist somewhere just...
Hey, I just heard Alfie!
like having the worst time going, we're not giving away $1,000 here. Why are you calling Lubemobile?
100%.
Do you need your tyres fixed?
Do you need lube?
Exactly.
Yeah. Probably not.
I don't know what else they offer.
Honestly, I don't either. I think, yeah.
I don't think it's just
it's just an ad from our childhood that I think
13, 32
had such a good advertising campaign. Who was it that pitched to us the other day? We should get the Lubemobile kid grown up in for a party. I'm like, that would be a real bummer.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing, but I think that someone pitched us like, yeah, this would be a really good idea to have them at like a throwback party or something. And I thought, how's that conversation going to go? Oh, do the line. 13, 30, 32. Well, bye.
Yeah, it is.
Do you want to know about my life? Not really.
It's funny how, like, moments of fame. Because right now, for a great example, there's the girl who does this.
Tour girl.
I can't find. It was on here just the other day.
That's okay.
The Huck Tour. Here we go. This one.
Huck to and spit on that name.
Can I first of all just say, I was within 24 hours of that, getting that onto our show page.
I know. I think you were early because
I actually was early on that.
Because I think now it's become more well known and.
Oh, yeah, no, I've heard radio breaks on it, like introducing it for the first time, the first week back. Shout out to some shows in Melbourne who are trying to do some strong topical content on that. And I'm going, this is old stuff.
Yeah, and this is the thing with internet culture that I find fascinating because you and I are both, you're in your early 30s, I'm in my late 20s, and we are of a generation that you see something, and by the time it makes it to like the Today Show, or
it's a critical saturation, absolutely.
Yeah, when you see Carl Stefanovic talking about the Hock Tour girl, you're going, oh,
yeah,
okay, this is no longer funny.
Do you reckon they know?
I don't know. Well, this is the other thing. I think sometimes certain radio shows don't have the ability to talk about memes like that because then they instantly make it uncool.
Yeah, it's uncool the moment you do it. So,
yeah, but I don't know whether our show falls under that. Or whether
we dance on that border. I think there's a wonderful sort of acknowledgement of going, yeah, we can't understand everything. No one can. If it's funny enough, yes, but we're not going to try and explain every meme like my brother used to say. Explaining a joke is like dissecting a frog.
Yeah.
When we open it up, we learn so much more about it, but we have to appreciate at the same time that it is now dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that is the tricky thing with these people who get their 10 seconds of fame. They usually ride this wave of infamy, and then it gets to a point where you go, you're absolutely no one. And I imagine the 13-13-32 guy who...
Wherever he is right now.
No one knows who he is.
God, I hope he's still alive. This would be so weird if it was.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so too. We probably could have looked into that.
No, that's right.
But that's the fun thing about our jobs in... imagine for you especially, digital.
And that's the thing. Like, I grab onto... if I see something, I'm like, okay, I'll try and grab whatever is out there and pivot it in a way that works for our show. I can't just do everything. I can't just try and work everything into there because that wouldn't make sense. It feels crowbar-y when you do it. But also, there's a few that I go, I missed that one. I missed it. It was probably good 3 or 4 days ago. And I make a creative choice. I'm not touching that because I don't want us to be known for jumping on trends way too late.
There's sometimes you will come to me and go, hey, this trend, do we go for it? Because specifically, I remember... I want to say it's only a month or 2 ago now, which is not that long ago in the history of the world. But
internet culture moves fast.
Internet culture moves so fast. And Sketch with the...
Yes, they came up on the show yesterday, actually.
And, yeah, special teams, special players, and every single sports team, I think, did one of these videos being like, what's up, brother?
Yeah.
I feel gross saying it now. But everyone was doing this. And you saw then radio shows start to do it. You see, the breakfast TV shows start doing videos like this, and it gets to a certain point and you go, yeah, this isn't cool anymore.
Well, when you realise that, you don't want to be a follower. You don't want to go, oh, we're jumping on this trend because everyone else is.
But then you also don't want to be the first one to do it like you were with this one.
Huck to and spit on that name.
Because no one understood the reference when you posted it initially.
Yeah, and that's okay, but that's our
There's
audience.
a sweet spot.
Yeah, there is a sweet spot, and look, you can never truly find it. Sometimes you just get lucky. But anyway, we're probably going way too deep in for our for our listeners. But that's the sort of stuff that you and I go through on a daily basis when we sort of choose the content that we feed out to you guys, because we can't give you, for example, 3 hours of the show. Like that's what you get for listening to a radio or a podcast. But through social media, for example, I really have to be selective, and I go, all right, well, I could give you like a 3-minute talking heads break of just them talking, or maybe I could weave something else in, maybe something that's topical, to hammer home that message.
Yep.
These are all creative decisions. But anyway, as you can tell, Lockie,
yep,
I can talk a lot about this.
You can.
I can just talk a lot in general.
You can talk a lot
Thank
in
God
general.
I picked a medium, radio, podcasting, emceeing, etc., where that's just what I do.
Yeah.
And Buzz, poor bloke, he found out the hard way yesterday.
He did. Do we want it? I've got the audio here.
We'll revisit it.
Relive this?
Just catching up for those that don't know. Yesterday, I got a message from you saying, did you hear the news? I'm like, I don't know, there's a lot on. He goes, Buzz doesn't have a voice at the moment. You're going out in the street, feeling for Mitch. That's pretty normal. Buzz is going to be driving you. I'm like, that's interesting, because the Supernova was not available. Not sure. Don't know why. Anyway, it was a fun exercise to put Buzz back on the streets, and I knew he didn't have a voice, and I genuinely tried to ask him yes or no questions.
Yeah.
My issue is, I am very uncomfortable in silence.
Oh, I can tell.
I've been told this
I can
a
tell.
lot. And poor Buzz. I really feel for him.
I just quickly before we play this audio, I liked when I said to you yesterday, "Have you heard the news?" You said it's playing right now, and I was like, "No, not the news, not
Gotta
the
be
6
more
a.m.
specific, mate.
not the 6 a.m. bulletin." And then you're like, "Oh, is it about the Euros game?" I was
Yeah.
like, "No, there's other news."
I have
your brain works.
Yeah, but I have half an hour of dead time when I ride into work because I've maybe just got podcasts in,
Yeah,
or
cool.
so I don't. Whatever happens that period of time, I can't check my phone because I'm pedaling on a bike, so I don't know what happens that period of time, which is it's actually kind of nice. But yeah, I could have gone several different ways on that. But yes, what I didn't realize yesterday, and God, I should have seen this coming.
Oh,
Buzz,
it's Radio 101.
it really is. It really is.
I think we've spoken about even on this show before, when you have what I would call the talent come to you with a question or even with something that's slightly off center, that it just doesn't feel quite right.
You need to have a bit of a spidey sense to go,
Yeah.
what are you doing? What do you want here? And I've fallen for it. Maybe I'm just really gullible, or maybe I just desperately want to be liked. Because I've had Ash Lalazzi like walk into my studio and go, I really should be asking, why now?
Yeah.
Why would they come over to do this?
And look, maybe you were vulnerable yesterday. You were driving. You were trying to. You were getting the
Thinking
headspace of
about
doing
the
the live
cross.
cross. And so when Buzz was recording this, you had no idea. And this is quite the compilation of the thoughts that can occur in your brain whilst driving back from the station.
How's the rest of your day looking?
Yeah, good, mate.
Alesso's just about to drop a country pop dance song.
Oh, wow.
It's all over TikTok at the moment, and I expect us to get it in like 2 months' time. How's the armed robbery was? In that supermarket there.
There's a responsibility when you're on the roads in this car. You're driving the brand.
We're in Maruka. Still probably the last, in that same sort of zone of Roachdale for those who are looking to buy in sort of middle income houses, like a lot of old Queenslanders, big blocks through here, you can see big wide roads. But a lot of people are now forced to rent as far out as Maruka because that's what they can get. Like, weirdly now, like 10 years ago, would never have happened when we used to come out here and play against Maruka. But now I've got a lot of teammates that actually live here because this is as close that they can rent. But that's where Brisbane kind of is now. The sort of the inner ring of value has pushed its way out here, and this is probably just, I'd call this maybe zone. This is a border of like zone 1 and 2.
All right.
Not the actual public transport zones, but sort of what's considered inner, what's considered middle, what's considered outer. So this is what our listings go through, Buzz. Is this the most responsible thing to do right now? Oh, I've definitely taken the David Clemmer. I mean, I've only been in Brisbane for 2 years, but I was a pizza delivery driver in sort of inner west area. And they used to say to me, like, going, you're losing too much time punching in coordinates in the GPS. Just learn the roads.
Morning, Brisbane. Mark on the show with you. New wastewater analysis shows Queensland.
As a rugby league fan, have you liked the inception of the Dolphins into the competition?
Yeah.
I was speaking with Neil's brain about it yesterday. I don't have a conclusion here. I'm more making an observation.
Oh, a lot of observations.
That was, look, first of all, that was an hour-long car trip.
Yeah.
That is also an edit from a longer version as well, so I've been told.
That was 1:50. So imagine another, 30 ones of those.
Look, it's not every now and then that you get a captive audience
Yeah.
who can't talk back that much and
No.
therefore control the conversation. So I think
And quite an influential.
and an
captive
influential
audience.
one
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
So I saw an opportunity. Maybe again, I should have been so much more wary, and
Hmm.
I didn't know if I was playing into like the character, the bit a little bit. Maybe that gave me a bit of freedom, but
Yeah, okay.
that is no different to what I'd talk to about with anyone.
No, I know.
That
I know.
like I did not break character there. That is exactly who I am.
Yeah.
And I don't have an issue with anything I said there.
The character that we hear
I should
about...
have realised that Buzz was setting me up
Yeah.
so often, and because he made mistakes.
Yeah.
He told me about it. He made mistakes that are like inconsistencies in his stories. I'm like, how did I not pick up on that? I don't know. Maybe I just like being listened to.
I
So
think-
thank you to you guys who are listening to this right now. I appreciate you.
The character that you play on the show, how close is that to Nick outside of the show?
It's barely removed.
Yeah.
It is barely removed. Like,
Do you lean into it ever?
I might stretch for an answer every now and then and push myself for it, but no, I genuinely know most of these things, and I'll speculate sometimes. But that is just I'm a curious person, and I like to ask questions, and I just happen to know a lot of weird general knowledge.
So when they take the piss out of you, like, does that, because it is a slightly exaggerated version of yourself, does that hurt at all, or is that like you don't take that personally? This is a deep question.
No, I don't take it personally. It's a bit of fun, and it's weird if it's just a person. So I like the character element of it.
Sure.
I find that funny as as someone who has listened to the radio in the past. I kind of like that identity, and yeah, I just find it fun.
Yeah.
I find it fun. Maybe one-dimensional. Maybe I could grow. I don't know if I see room for growth, but at the moment, I just think it's fun. I think it's a little bit of fun. I like to help the guys out. As I said, if they don't know an answer to something, I get uncomfortable with silence. So I feel the need to fill that silence, and it's maybe just to help them out.
Because
it does come across as very know-all-y. I do understand that.
The other thing that happened on Friday's show, it's been an action-packed end of the week. Thursday and Friday
bit on.
were wild. The other thing that happened, we spoke about previously on this very show, the whole idea with following people and unfollowing. And it came up this morning before you arrived. I think Alicia mentioned to Buzz and I that that Kendall finally followed her yesterday. And, she held a little party. It was quite a big achievement.
Oh, it's big. Yeah. And calling everyone back in Wigan.
Yeah, exactly.
There was actually a watch party at the DW Stadium.
Anyway, she tells Buzz, and we go, because she also followed Nick earlier this week. And I can't remember who it was. I think either Alicia or myself may have mentioned to Buzz, just going, do you know that Nick unfollowed and then refollowed her? Because it's something that you had mentioned publicly. So I was like, okay, that's fine to mention it to Buzz. And Buzz thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Because that's just not something that lots of people do, I don't think.
Or maybe don't think to do. But again, I'm sure people don't also take it as personally as a lot of people do too. It doesn't, I realize this is a very superficial conversation about something that doesn't exist in the real physical world.
Here's a question. If she'd never followed you back, would that have changed the way that you saw her? Be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it would have. I don't like that about myself. But yeah. There's a bit of vanity in that.
Well, because then Buzz told it directly to her face. Buzz said to her,
I like it. We're open it. Buzz is blunt, and I appreciate that.
And it was great. And so to watch you, to be honest, you did squirm a tiny bit. There was a little bit of squirming because I looked over at you.
There's a level of vulnerability attached there.
And I don't think you were ready for that vulnerability. But then I think you jabbed right back at her on Friday's show going, well, you are going to unfollow me.
It had been revealed. She candidly revealed that she sometimes gives out courtesy follows.
Yeah.
And then retracts them, which is something I know about, but I'm not maybe I don't have to deal with an influx of. No, I don't have the followership Kendall does by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah. But I imagine that's a bit of a good social tool, and I can see how that would work. So yeah, I got on the front foot and sort of said I'll quit before you can fire me.
So are we officially starting the timer now? It's currently, 10 o'clock on Friday morning?
Yep.
We're starting the timer. Let's see who gets unfollowed first out of Alicia.
Oh, but you have to check. I mean, you don't find out, but let's just...
No,
let's monitor daily.
We'll monitor it, and we'll see who gets unfollowed first and see who really made the biggest impact.
Okay, but there's a rule here.
Okay.
You are not allowed to try and continue to engage with Kendall.
Oh, no, I think that's fair.
Are you okay? Is it the rules of attrition here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you can continue.
Yeah, but I'm not I can push a campaign here to try and keep her on board.
Sure. If you want to be continuing to message her daily and be like, hey, I'm really enjoying following you, this mutual follow thing that we've got going on. If you want to keep that up,
I just want to say I'd like to sign on for another day. I think
extend the contract.
Yep. I'd like a 5-day extension with another 3-day contract clause there, trigger clause if I can meet the daily requirement of something like that. Yeah, we'll get it written up. We got a legal team; they'll probably do something about that. But okay, fine. Competition's on. Let's see how long we can maintain followership from Kendall.
And hopefully for none of us, it was a pity follow or a courtesy follow.
Well, that's the thing. I never wanted it to be. It was nice to know that I'd already received it back before she found out about the follow back. The same thing, as I explained, that I did to Lutzi.
Yeah.
Over a 7-8 year period.
Well, I don't know whether Alicia would want us to share this. I don't know whether she's going to listen to this. Lutzi still doesn't follow her.
I think they came up in studio.
Yeah.
I don't reveal too much about what's said off air, but I think they came up.
So Lutzy still doesn't follow Alicia. We know that Lutzy doesn't listen to this.
No, of course he doesn't.
So how long is it appropriate to work with someone before they follow you back?
But is it
Is there an obligation?
There's no obligation. It is a courtesy thing sometimes.
If you're working in the same team, like I get there are people over in sales that I don't follow back, and I'm not going to follow back. That I don't follow full stop.
Sure.
And they probably don't follow me. But if you're working in the same team as someone,
if you're in the same team in a close group and you clearly have a personal relationship, I think that's okay. But if you don't actually have like a relationship, like let's say there's John Stamos over there. And
Yeah.
I know he works in the building,
Yeah.
but we don't really talk.
John Stamos
I
works
don't
in
know
the
why
building?
that was my go-to. I looked at Maddie Rowe. I'm like, no, I know her. I looked at a poster of Pat Carrigan. I'm like, no, that doesn't work either. So anyway, I landed.
Jeez, it's been rough since Full House.
It really has. So, but look, yeah, like if I know their name, it feels weird. And anyone would know this with a coworker.
Yeah.
You know, it feels weird to send a follow request if you don't really know them as a person.
No, I agree with that.
So, and you know, but if you have just a working relationship and it's not personal, like you don't joke around, it's a very, I'm looking for a word here that suggests economic relationship. It's not right. This is
Like a mutual.
Yeah. It's
I don't know what you're trying to say.
transactional. It's a transactional
Sure.
relationship where one just does things for
Yeah.
one another because that is the nature of their job. If that's the case, then yeah, maybe you don't have to. But at the same time, I was in Manchester early in the year, and I was walking back from Old Trafford, and it was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, like England time. So I worked out that's 9 hours forward, and I saw Lutzy had just posted a story. And I'm going, oh, that's about 2 a.m. I reckon he's vulnerable right now. I'm going to unfollow, and I might finally get it. Hit the follow back. Bang. Lutzy just started following you. And I did it 8 years.
Here's
8 years.
a question.
8 years I chased my red whale.
Here is a question, Nick. What did that do for you personally? Did that?
Oh, I hate to say that it validated me.
Did it
I
actually?
hate to say that it validated me.
I'm glad it did. I'm glad it did. If that's
this
what you
is
needed,
an honest place, but I hate to say that it validated me.
if that's what you needed, then good on you.
I didn't know that I needed that, but I did. But anyway, so look, I'm sure a lot of people have that same relationship with their co-workers or even with Lutzy, but I can't guarantee you it's a perfect system, but it might work. It might work. But yes, so the game is on, Lockie. The game is afoot.
The game is on. It wasn't a crazy end to the week. We had a lot of food that was delivered to...
It's a lot of food this week.
Thursday's podcast, we did a little bit of a food review because I don't know whether you know this, Nick. We had a little bit of an issue behind the scenes. I wish Alicia was here to properly help tell the story. But
so just for those listening at home, you'd probably every now and then hear guys talking on the radio going, oh, well, I'll tell you what, like the Subway new something range, it's delicious. I've got it just in front of me here. Companies, PR companies, drop them off. Sometimes there's a deal done beforehand, that there's a credit line, and as mentioned, this is a paid-for thing. Or sometimes they just go around to everyone and drop them off, and they might want a social photo. And I kind of make that decision. If it's good, if it's yummy, if it's just well-presented or cool, then yeah, I'll do a social for it.
yeah,
I say it doesn't cost a thing, but people do pay for that, so there is a value on that. But yeah, a lot turns up, and a lot was here yesterday. I've never seen so much. I walk back in the studio, I'm like, oh, there's a lot here.
well, this is the thing because Samara from Fun and Games,
Yep.
she sent me an email going, hey, FYI, some PR people from Subway have reached out. They'd love to deliver us their new fiery footlong subs that they've got going on.
Jesus Christ, you're falling apart.
No, sorry. So the Subway wanted to reach out. They wanted to give us some footlong subs, and we're like, that should be fine. I didn't tell Alicia because I was like, we rarely get food delivered.
Yeah.
The number of times we get food delivered is not.
No, it's
all that common.
not. So just so you know, it's not an everyday thing.
Like maybe once a month. At
Yeah, I
most.
think
like
so.
we're probably averaging once a month that
I
we're
think
getting
so,
something
yeah.
sent to us. Anyway, so I'm going, okay, that should be fine. I won't tell Alicia. It'll be like a nice little surprise, that sort of thing. Especially, we haven't had breakfast this week from across the road. So it was,
I mean, we really do get breakfast, but I thought maybe first week back would be a nice treat. But
yeah,
no.
yeah, and sometimes
Hey,
it's a little.
it's the economy.
it's a little
what
treat.
Can you do? What can you do?
But we didn't get breakfast this week, so I was like, that's fine. I'll keep this as a little bit of a secret, and it'll be something that I can kind of surprise the team with. Same day, Alicia, I think, had the same idea because GYG reached out to Alicia saying, hey, we'd love to send you some of our new shiitake mushroom burritos and tacos, that sort of thing. Would you be keen for this? And Alicia said yes. And so it turned out we had both the GYG PR people, who I think has a vague connection to this show.
Yes, sorry, a former co-worker of ours. He was the son of the old station boss back in the day. He was actually, we were Casanovas at the same time.
Okay.
Cal and I used to work together. Cal was a street teamer for quite a long time. He used to be Nova Boy, the mascot. He used to be inside the suit. A lot of the Ryans actually have worked for Nova. And years ago, just very quickly, he went over, did the 2 years living in London, and Guzman had just hit the market. It was a really big thing. And he put out this video saying, I'm living in London, but one thing I just miss is my favourite burrito from Guzman Gomez. So GYG did a wonderful PR campaign called #BringCal_Home, and they flew him home to see his family, and they gave him his burrito. And it was a nice thing, and now he works on their marketing team. So what it does show, if you really love a product or something and you want to get involved, put yourself out there. Some good things can happen.
So we had them rocking up at the exact same time. We had
some Sharks versus Jets sort of stuff here.
Oh, it very much was. I would hate to see the security camera footage from the lift, just because it feels like there would have been a lot of
clicking and
Yeah.
I mean, for one side of them it was a Mexican standoff.
Yeah, well, that's true. So we had more Subway than I've ever seen in my life.
It was a lot.
And then more GYG than I've ever seen in my life. Both presented to us at the same time. We're going,
You must choose.
This is a lot of food to have.
And two fast food chains that advertise themselves as a healthier choice.
And this is very true as well. So that was a little bit of an issue that we had yesterday. And then I had my own food thing that happened because our Smarter Than Sue's contestant from Thursday at 9 a.m. on the phone, you do the, hey, it's Lockie from Nova. Who am I speaking with? Hey, it's Mackenzie. Oh, Mackenzie, what are you up to today? Oh, I'm going to work later. I run a KFC.
Oh.
And my ears prick up going,
hello.
That's interesting. Which KFC do you run? And she tells me which one. And I go, oh.
Does she know the Colonel?
Well,
how many of the secret herbs and spices does she know?
That's where your brain goes.
Yeah.
My brain goes, oh, that KFC's on my way home.
Oh!
And so I let her know. I go, oh, that's on my way home. And she goes, hey, swing by. I'll give you a free meal.
Oh, Lockie.
And I've gone, oh, you don't have to. No, you really don't. That's very generous of you. I won't. She plays. She does terribly, but we load her up with prizes. As I'm awarding the prizes, she's like, no, seriously though, if you want to come by today, I'll let them know that you'll come by and you'll get a free meal. And so I had a free lunch yesterday, thanks to Smart and Sue's contestant.
And
so,
what was the name of the store, Lockie?
It was Annalie KFC.
There we go.
And little hack for you. If you're wanting a KFC hack, add some honey on top of the spicy.
Stop it.
Their spicy chicken. It is a game changer.
Jeez,
so
I haven't heard the word spice on the podcast for about a year.
Mackenzie, if you're listening,
call of the week as well. Well done, Mackenzie.
Go rogue. Add some honey to your chicken. That'd be great. So
I'm liking this. I'm liking these little money moves being made behind the scenes. What is good for the goose is good for the gander.
And then on top of all of that today, we then had pizza left in the fridge. So the whole team ate a whole bunch of pizza this morning.
Our diet is terrible.
And then Kendall, as a thank you gift to everyone, got everyone Brookie cookies from the Valley. So it has been, we have eaten like kings.
She's bought our love. Well, kings. Nah.
Maybe not your picture of what a king is, but my picture of a king is...
You know what? I mean, I'm thinking of like sort of Henry VIII, sort of like eating a big turkey leg.
Yeah. Well, I guess when you have turkey on a little pizza capers pizza.
I mean, they probably would. Honestly, they probably would. So, look, that's a lot of food. Good review. Hopefully got enough client mentions away there to tick all those boxes. So,
and that's exactly why we tell these stories, is so that clients can be appeased and we get more food.
Just before we wrap this up, Lockie, I'm excited for next week because this is a fun radio idea I pitched years ago, and I was very happy when they took it up when I moved over here. Yep. But the Bluegitive returns. Mm-hmm. Now, for those that don't know, this mystery man, this pest of the show, public enemy number one, massive New South Wales fan, he will be running around Brisbane, and you have to find him, and you have to tackle him. Now, I'm not going to lie, a couple of weeks ago, my body was pretty sore.
Yep.
And I thought to myself, this is a bad idea. I actually don't really want to do this anymore, because on the second Bluegitive last year, there was 3 of them, there was this big Polynesian bloke who rocked up.
The Bluegitive got tackled into concrete at one point last year.
He did, yeah. King George Square went down hard.
I believe you are. I'm not sure whether the Bluegitive will be there, but I believe you are going to be attending some sort of breakfast event next week. Is that right?
Yeah, there is a special breakfast event, and I believe that's at Victoria Park, Barambin.
Well, I've been given strict instructions to let you know that you can't wear any Blues gear to this Queensland Maroons breakfast.
Isn't that interesting?
I've been given. I know you're a Blues fan.
Name names.
Has
it come from the top?
The higher ups.
Has it come from the bush poet Billy Slater? How high does this thing go?
I cannot reveal who, but I've been told that if Nick rocks up wearing a Blues top, he won't be invited in. He won't be able to get the interviews that we need for the show. So I don't care if you wear just plain black. You're mourning you just can't have any blue on you.
Okay, well I'll tell the Bluegitive that.
Well, that's the blue. I think is the Bluegitive. You aren't the Bluegitive. Just confirming.
Am I or am I not?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I know, as if people look out for me or not. They go, oh, that's Nick. Oh, where's the Bluegitive? Or is that him? Do I tackle him right away? No, but he's just wearing Nova gear.
Well, I believe the.
I just don't want to get hit when I'm just going through my daily business.
No, that's true.
Okay, it's okay, Lockie. Just maybe still choking on the amount of chicken he put away yesterday, thanks to KFC Annalie, but that's value, Lockie. So okay, that's very good information to know. But look, yeah, last year I still recovering from the chronic knee issue, and I nearly got smashed, and it would have been on concrete because I didn't know which way to run. I mean, the Bluegitive didn't know which way to run. Oh, stuff it. I'm the Bluegitive.
What?
I can't keep this game up any longer. Lockie, it's me. Yeah, I nearly got absolutely smashed last year, and somehow, maybe it was just the adrenaline of knowing I was about to get hit. I don't know how, but I broke this tackle. I got away from him, and I just took off. And anyway, body's feeling a lot better. So I actually feel ready to run. Borderline cocky.
Oh, I
borderline cocky in my ability at the moment.
I see it all over your face.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel it's great. I'm feeling awesome, but
would you consider getting like a tackle pad that they have
to defend people off? Yeah, but then I love the idea of that. I love the idea of smashing people out of the way, but also legal reasons, and I don't know. I feel like actually last year some of the fun was the fact that someone would tackle me, but I broke the tackle, and therefore they failed and they didn't get the tickets. Which is part of the fun, because if it's just touch me first, then I don't know.
It's not Tiggy.
It's not Tiggy. It's
tackle bull rush.
It's tackle bull rush. So I'll know when I'm hit, and I think I leaned into a couple last year just to go, yep, I'm down, because I don't know. I feel like I could actually get hurt this year.
Yep.
So let's go.
Let's go. Well, keep your eye out on the Bluegitive. There'll be clues all throughout Monday's show.
Clues
as to where the Bluegitive/Nick will be. Do you know what also makes a return on Monday, Nick? Susie.
Bluesy.
Susie will be back.
Bluesy O'Neill. Don't tackle Susie.
And also, Handball Blitz will be visiting our first
school.
We're
back. Yes.
We are back visiting the schools for Handball Blitz. If you want to get involved, register.
The Handball Blitzkrieg begins. I'm excited.
Exactly.
Yeah, so head to the Nova Player. We'll put some links up through the socials, but get as many primary schools as possible, 'cause it's fun. And that's the thing. Like, do you very quickly, like, you and I both played handball at school.
Yep.
We had down in Lismore, we had a big 16 square court, and we played. I reckon I stopped playing in year 12 just because study, but it was intense.
Can I give you a bit of behind the scenes tea, because I don't think this is going to work out. I reached out to my old primary school because we had someone from the school register for Handball Blitz, and I said this would be incredible. Like, what a synergy. The idea that the very place that I learned how to play handball, and it actually somewhat inspired Handball Blitz, because a lot of the rules that we have for our tournament were inspired by a handball tournament that I played.
Oh, there we go. Really?
Mr. Hurd used to run a handball tournament. I reached out to the school to say, hey,
sorry, I'm calling you on the bat phone here. I've always got this number. You probably know me from all the portraits in all the classrooms.
This
Lockie Sands Memorial Handball Court.
This is kind of the origin of Handball Blitz. We would love to come visit. And they said, oh, we're not sure. We've kind of changed our before school program. We want to make sure the kids are coming into class.
The kids are actually doing ice baths that morning.
Well,
just getting ready.
Honestly, it sounds like it, because they want to make sure that the kids are going into class not revved up. They want to make sure that they're calm, ready for the day.
No, kids, fight the system, rebel.
And so we're still in negotiations. It's probably not going to work out, but that's why I'm not going to name the school.
Oh, I just had this image, those like, when like a Wally Lewis returns to like Lang Park, and he like that swinging shot of him looking out the stands while the commentary's playing in the background, the memories.
I'd love
to just have that for you at your old school.
I'd love to go, and not that I will be able to go, even if we end up going there. it's Mitch's job to go out and do the crosses, but there's something within me that would love to just be there, just to see what handball is like at my old primary school.
Tell me quickly, and we'll keep this going throughout the next few weeks when Handball Blitz starts. What is one rule that was unique to your school?
I think the whole, because I don't want to get bogged down in the details here,
I just
Nick.
asked for one.
No, I know, but handball traditionally, if I'm going to be nerdy about this, handball traditionally is played at lunchtime.
Yep.
And there isn't a scoring system. It's simply kind of king of the hill.
Correct.
In the sense that you have the person in ace. The person in ace gets to serve, and then you have squares: ace, king, queen. At our school we did jack, and then dunce and double dunce.
Yep.
Some schools have no jack; they just do dunce, double dunce, triple dunce. If you're doing 6 square. Now, when we did handball competitions, we would do a first to 10 system. And so that was a different thing because I think most schools...
It's a bit more tennis-y.
Yeah, well, I think it was kind of inspired by tennis, and that's what the way that we do the handball competition here at Nova.
Yep, that's how it's run.
Is inspired more by tennis.
It's a game of singles.
Yeah, there was also, I guess if you're looking for one specific rule, we did bombs or cherry bombs, which meant that you could hit the ball on the full as long as you said cherry bombs.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, that's an interesting rule.
Or ever ready super heavy duty, which just meant that I can serve it to you even if you're not ready.
Oh, man, I swear to God, a load of batteries turn up next week. If everybody's listening in. Oh, no, very interesting. See, we had a 16 square court.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
4x4 court.
Wow.
Our rule, and again, same thing. It was just play to the bell, and then it's like final one after the bell.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
The bell is
you are
like
dictated by the bell. Absolutely.
It's like in rugby league when the siren goes off.
Siren goes one more play. You got
Yep.
one more tackle after that. That was essentially it.
Yep.
What we had, because there was a bit of an undercroft near it, we had a barbecue section. We had rebounds.
barbecue section?
Yeah, it was like an outdoor bar. It was like next to like an outdoor barbecue.
Jeez,
yeah.
what school were you going to?
I don't know, Lismore. It's a different place, mate. It's a different place.
Barbecue.
Yeah, I know. Barbecuing was an elective. Just kidding. That was casino. No, that joke would have gone down so well in northern New South Wales.
Yeah,
you
but
don't even get it. Anyway. But yeah, we had rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Yeah,
could
that's fair.
get down off a wall or anything like that. Also had headers, and you as a soccer fan. I think
Yeah,
So if that ball, you could sky a ball up or low, and you could sort of punch down with your head.
Yep.
Like into a low corner.
Yeah.
And that was considered. No, that was considered
That's
a clean
kosher.
shot. Yeah, it was kosher.
There you go.
There's always people, they grab it and they roll
Oh,
it.
grabs.
Like, you're out,
Oh.
mate, you're out.
Oh.
Depending on sort of your social standing within
Yeah.
the group, like the more alpha male could do that sort of crappy behaviour and go, no, mate, you're out. And go, yeah, you're out. I'm like, but he just grabbed it and rolled it along the ground.
Give it the twisters. I'm going to try and describe this because it's a lot harder to imagine. So if you put your hand up, like you're swearing an oath, and then you kind of bring it down, and as you bring it down, you kind of twist it out. And so people would grab the ball basically.
Yeah, no grabs, no rolls.
But they would almost like a dance move, twist the ball down, and that was a killer. If you mastered the twister without getting some grabs on it,
that will not be
absolute
happening
king.
in Handball Blitz this year.
No.
That will not be allowed.
Well, I think it's a lot harder when you're playing one-on-one. The twister was good when you had to change the direction and try and get it to someone who was to your right or to your left.
Damn it, I just realised how much I can nuff out about handball. We got to stop,
Dude,
Locke.
do you know what? Here's a thought. Handball Blitz podcast.
Yes. Because we don't have enough podcasts as it currently is.
There you go, Rach Corbett.
There we go. Yeah.
Handball Blitz podcast is coming your way.
Let's do it. Put a mid-roll.
That'll be it.
Yeah, that'll be it. Sometimes I just put the music at the back of it.